He's doing a new thing with his hair, so his hair is now whipping in the wind, and mine was whipping in the wind. And we were both on chaise lounges.
Neither one of you could get in the pool for fear that you'd clog the drain.
Yeah. Oh no, they wouldn't let us in the pool. That was too cold to go in the pool. It was like a hot day, but not hot enough for me.
Not hot enough for the pool. Huh?
I would have rather been in India actually. If you want to know the truth.
No, you wouldn't. So, there are no pools in India.
So you know what's funny? Everybody I told that you were going to India for the vacation.
Yes.
I got plenty to tell you about my vacation, but this is funny. Everyone would say, where's Robin? You know how they always say, where's Robin? I go, oh, Robin is going to India. And they go, everyone would say the same thing. Why? And I said, well, I don't really know why, but Robin usually gets talked into stuff.
That's right.
Like somebody had a good idea,
you
and
know
Robin.
What this reminded me of?
Yeah.
Going into the Air Force.
Right.
That's how bad.
Yeah. So I said, my attitude was, I said, I got to tell you the truth. Probably the last place next to Israel that I would want to go to would be India. That would be a toss-up. Someone said, look, you have to go somewhere on vacation. It's either Israel or India.
Vacation shouldn't be in it.
Right. Yeah. I said, well, now, if you're forcing me to go, and I got to go to either Israel or India, I'd probably go to India. I think Israel might be the last place I'd want to go.
I don't know, Howard.
Wall-to-wall Jews and Arabs surrounding you. I mean,
it might be better in Israel.
I'd rather go to Kathy Lee's Christmas party.
It might be better in Israel.
Really? So everyone would say to me, well, why is Robin going to India? And I said, well, I'm pretty sure she must have got talked into it, and whoever talked her into it is in deep crap right now. And
if I could only have gotten to them.
I said, and then someone said to me, my mother's dream is to go to India.
Right.
And
God.
And I would send her, but she won't go without my father. And my father goes, I'm not going.
She would never survive.
Israel is India with Jews, so I'm not sure which is right. I think Israel might be worse than mine, but I don't know. So I'd say to people, I think Robin's on a spiritual journey. I would try to come up with something.
Right.
That
some
would
reason. Like I haven't lost my mind.
Yeah, right. Because to me, the other reason is she's stupid, and I'm not going to say that about you. You know what I mean?
I am a little naive about things.
Right. So I said, she's going to be wearing a sari, and she's doing the whole thing. At least she told me that. I don't know if she was for real.
Oh, my God.
So what happened? You got off the plane. How long did you last?
I couldn't get out as fast as I wanted to.
Really? When did you know it was a mistake?
Quite frankly, Howard, I got off the plane. It was about 10 minutes off the plane. And in 10 minutes in the airport, I knew that I was in trouble. I think they call it a sorry because when you get to India, you're sorry you're there. Yeah, right. So you get on. That's not a dress. That's your attitude.
Did you know on the plane, was the plane crowd? Like I pictured.
No. I was on a British Airways plane. First of all, let me just say that British Airways has everyone else beat. Their first class is better than any other first class. I'm sorry.
Excuse me. Let me throw out a shout to some of my peeps, American Airlines.
Oh, no. It's British Airways. That's the airline.
Yeah, speak Ebonics, please. Let me say something to my peeps out there. Let me say something to my peeps.
I'll tell you about your peeps.
All right. So you went on British Air.
Let me tell you about, their sleeper seat, you can completely recline.
Really?
In the plane.
Does anyone jump on top of you?
You are in your own cabin. You don't even have a seatmate.
Really?
You are in your own world. It's like you have your own plane.
Yeah, I was watching a comedian on Conan O'Brien last night because to prove that I was up all night.
Yes. And
the guy was pretty funny. He said, people are amazing. You hear them all the time. They start complaining about airplanes. He goes, they go, oh man, I hate the movie. He goes, would someone remind people the miracle of flight? You're in the air flying. He says, people are complaining. They go,
That's right.
I don't like the stewardess and the meal sucks. He goes, excuse me, you're in the air flying.
That's right. You're doing in a day what people used to take 3 years to do.
Even birds don't get to watch a movie while they're flying.
Right. And on British Air, you've got 7 channels of movies. Yeah. You can ask for your own individual videotape.
But you'll still get a peckerhead that'll go, the soup is goddamn cold.
They give you pajamas. They take care of you so well.
Yeah. So anyway, you were saying.
First of all, I flew to London on the Concorde.
Yeah.
Wow. So I got to London in 3 hours.
And that was fun. Yeah.
The Concorde's okay.
Right.
I'm not a great fan of the Concorde. It's
Why?
just fast.
Yeah.
It's loud. It's small.
Sounds like Jackie.
Comfortable.
It's loud, it's small, and uncomfortable. Hey, that's me.
It's irritating.
Hey. By the way, my New Year's resolution, more Jackie impressions on the show.
The thing about the Concorde is it's fast.
Yeah.
You get on a plane at, whatever time in New York, and in 3 hours, you're in London.
All right, forget about your airplane shtick. Let's go right to India.
Anyway, right away, I know I'm in trouble because by the time when I get on the British Airways flight that's going to take me to India, we're all, lollygagging around. We're in our own individual cabins.
So who'd you go with, a friend?
No, I was meeting friends there. So
in
I was
India.
traveling alone.
Right. Are these TM friends?
Well, they're meditator friends.
Right,
I don't necessarily do TM.
Right.
But anyway.
Who's it, that woman who rubs your feet?
No.
Right.
She's a TMer.
Yeah, she wouldn't go to India.
She's not stupid enough.
She's a princess. Trust me. The fact that she has to rub feet is amazing.
But anyway, what was I going to tell you? Okay, so we're on the plane, and all of a sudden, when the British have a mishap, it never sounds as bad as an American mishap.
Right, because they're doing the accent?
Yeah, so the pilot comes on, and he says, for those of you on the right side of the plane, you might have noticed that loud boom. That boom was engine number 4.
Oh, wow. Did you think you were going down?
And we hadn't even left the ground.
Oh.
And the plane was blowing up. So they took us off the plane because they couldn't fix it in time. There's a curfew of when you can fly out of Heathrow Airport.
Yeah.
The Queen cannot be disturbed after 11:37.
Really?
Yes. Because I guess Buckingham Palace is on the flight path.
So what'd you have to do, stay over?
We had to go to a hotel and stay over.
Well, lucky you.
That was, please.
You didn't go to India. The next stop was India. I wouldn't complain. But you were anxious to get there.
I was supposed to have a connecting flight. See, this is where all the problems started.
Oh, I see.
So anyway, we have to stay overnight at this hotel, and then they don't fly out again until 5 o'clock the next evening.
Right.
So I rushed to London in 3 hours.
So you could stay there all day.
Airport for 2 days.
Yeah, that's pretty wacky. That is pretty wacky, You spend all that money on the Concorde? What does it cost, like $5,000 for the Concorde?
I don't even know.
Right. It's ridiculous.
But
it's ridiculous that you don't even know. That's what's ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually plan to fly the Concorde. Right. They must have had some empty seats. They upgraded it.
Yeah, that's great.
So anyway, there I am sitting in London. Then the next day when I'm about to fly off to India, I should have known that it was going to be a bad deal because when I stretched that morning, I got this crook in my neck. Crook, whatever.
Yeah.
It was so bad I thought I was paralyzed.
Wow. But wait a second.
I shouldn't have gotten on the plane.
Talk to me about India. So you get
off the plane in India. After you leave British Airways, it's like a no man's land.
Yeah. Like it's every man for himself.
Leaving civilization.
Why did you go to India? I mean, we only get a big vacation like this maybe once, twice a year.
I'm standing there in line. Yeah. There's a guy with a towel wrapped around his head.
It's every guy who drives a cab here in New York.
Oh, my.
Why would you go alone?
You know what?
Yeah.
Driving a cab in New York is a luxury to them.
Right.
That's
why they love it.
Like being at the Ritz.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, their cars are like lawnmowers.
But why do you think all the smart people in India become doctors and train here and then they never go back to their own people?
It was amazing.
Right.
They always come in twos, the Indian people, when they come at you. Because one guy learned to drive the car. Yeah. The other guy learned English.
Really?
So they always come in twos because they have to work together. And
did you know at this point you wanted to leave?
Oh, absolutely.
At the airport?
At the airport, when I was trying to get through immigration, I said, this is going to be tough. Thank God I don't have to stay here long by myself.
Yeah, why wouldn't you go to a nice island and, relax?
Hold it.
Yeah.
So I finally make it through immigration, and then that was like being dropped off a cliff.
Right.
Because now I'm supposed to take a domestic flight to another place. And they said, oh, well, you have to go get a cab and go to the domestic terminal.
Oh, no.
Like the airport's not even in the same place.
Oh, man.
So now I go out there and like 1 million people converge on you because they smell American money.
Yeah, and good impression of an Indian, by the way. Oh, you want to go to a connection, though. That's a hard one. Yeah. Getting people, and I'm sure everyone recognized you and was very helpful.
It's a big difference when nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, you're just another person.
So anyway, now you got 2 guys taking you to this domestic terminal. That you get to the domestic terminal, and they told me the worst news of all.
Which is?
I wasn't even booked on this flight.
Oh, I think you were going to say Tom was booked on the flight.
No, I was waitlisted. And they couldn't guarantee me that they could get me out.
So did you turn around and leave then?
There's no way to leave.
Oh, once you're in India, they don't let you out.
That's right. And there was only one flight a day to this place I needed to go. Then I said to them, well,
I would have killed myself.
Can you drive there? They said, oh, that would take 3 or 4 days.
No problem. At least you're in a nice car. But they would have driven you.
There's no such a thing as a nice car.
But they would have driven you.
3 or 4 days in one of these lawnmower rat traps that are leaking fumes. Or you could get on the train for 2 days.
Oh, my God.
And I said, well, that's outrageous. I'm not going to be on a train for 2 days.
Did you use a travel agent to book all this?
Well, the problem was that these friends
had booked it.
Took care of that part of the trip.
Yeah, great.
Where were they? They were at the place I was trying to get to. And so then I'm like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
There's only one thing wrong with this story.
What?
Where were the e-cameras? I don't understand.
The plane doesn't leave until 5 o'clock that night, and this terminal looks like a hospital.
Yeah, right. It's disease, and people probably live there.
I don't even know why, but there are like 10 million people standing outside of the airport.
Because there's nowhere to go. You know what it's like? You ever see that Star Trek episode on the planet where there was no room to sleep?
Uh-huh.
And Spock and Shatner and everyone were inside a spaceship, and outside the spaceship were billions of people. That's India.
That's what the airport is like. They have to check your ticket to let you in the door.
God damn.
And you have to walk through about 100 people to get to that guy to show your ticket. These other people don't even have tickets. They're just standing there.
Did you know that Indians are like horses? They sleep standing up. You know that they don't even lay down to sleep?
Oh, it gets worse because once you leave the airport, you know, the airport then becomes civilization.
Right. Yeah, you start to think that the airport is a happening place.
Wait, I thought the airport was bad until I saw the rest of Delaware.
You saw the street, yeah.
So anyway, I said, all right, now I've got all this time between the time the plane takes off and I can find out whether I can get on it. So one of these little cab drivers says, you want a hotel? So I'm like, okay, what? You know, they take me to this little airport, hotel near the airport.
I'm going to throw up.
It had a fan in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it looked like Casablanca. It was, the mattress was 2 inches thick.
Where's the charm in all this? You know what I mean?
They're screaming and carrying your bag, dragging this huge suitcase. Suitcase was bigger than the people. They're dragging the suitcase upstairs, and everybody wants your rupees.
Right.
Because you have to change money, of course.
Right.
Now you got rupees. And I don't even know what a rupee is.
God bless America. I'll never leave this country.
I think I changed $200. They gave me 8 million rupees.
Imagine living there. Imagine seriously being trapped in that country and your whole life. Like how your whole life you have to, it's your life. You only get one.
That's right.
Although they believe they're coming back as a cow or something. No wonder they believe that. They'd rather be a cow.
I'm telling you, the cows get better treatment than people.
Really?
It was just amazing. So anyway, now I'm in this little hotel room where there's this banging. I don't know what it was, but there was this clang, 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 clang the whole time I was there.
It's probably some Maharaja doing his girlfriend.
I got up to look out the window.
Yeah.
And there were cows roaming around in the street anywhere they wanted.
Wow.
And, people were like, they had to go around the cow. If the cow decided to stop, they had to go around the cow.
How nutty is that?
Cows have free reign.
It's really nutty. Like the whole, I'm picturing this whole country. The whole country's a complete mess, but the cow is sacred. And, there's no room for people. It's just cows.
The cows go anywhere they want. They do anything they want. The chief parts for them, right? Yeah. I saw one, must have gotten hit by a car. I'm sure the guy kept going.
Right.
Because
he would have been lynched.
You must be killed if you kill a cow.
Yeah.
Because the cows are just everywhere, and they do whatever they want.
And they're all starving. They should be eating the cows, and then everything would be...
It seemed to me that nobody had a home, number one, that nobody had a home.
Right.
Everybody was walking around with, huge blankets.
Yeah.
So that they could flop anywhere at any time.
And isn't it hot and smelly and disgusting?
It smells different.
Yeah.
And it was arid, let's say.
Yeah.
So anyway, now you see all these people with these blankets walking around.
Yeah.
And the cows are moving around back and forth. They have
Anybody want to take bets on this and how long she ends up staying in India? I say she's out. I say she didn't even get to that other destination.
Cars that sound like lawnmowers, Howard.
Right.
You know those old lawnmowers where you pull and the fumes leak out. So now you're in a car that sounds like that.
Yeah.
To get to wherever you're going. You're in this little hotel room with a 2-inch thick mattress. And then finally I go back to the airport, and they tell me my plane is delayed.
Oh.
So now I'm sitting, there's not even a chair in the airport. I'm sitting on my suitcase.
But you're probably happier in the airport.
Yeah, because that's better than what I just saw.
It's closer to America.
Than that hotel.
Yeah, it's closer to America than that hotel.
In fact, that hotel was so noisy. The Concorde was quieter than that hotel.
Wow.
I'm now sitting there. They keep delaying the plane because of weather.
I bet you were noisy.
They keep delaying these people do not care. I could have yelled, screamed. They don't care.
Yeah, you can yell all you want.
She was on fire.
It's the Twilight Zone.
In fact, one guy informed me it was his duty to rip me off because I was American.
Right.
You know, because they would take me into an airport. I mean, they would pick me up from the airport and say, we need gas. And immediately go to a gas station.
Oh, I see, to get you to pay for the gas.
Then you have to pay for the gas. I say, what am I, buying this car?
Right.
And they go, you're American, big country, lots of money.
Yeah, great.
And so you give them a bunch of rupees. They drive right off, don't even bother to fake getting gas.
Can you imagine? I mean, this is a country that doesn't have a big tourism business and is probably trying to develop anything as a business. And the first person just comes in and just starts fleecing you, like madly. You know, it's like, what a country. I got to take a break.
Wait a minute. The buildings, you can't tell whether they're going up or coming down. They are in such bad shape. Everything looks like it's being torn down. But then people go into these buildings.
So wait a second. Just help me out here, all right?
All right.
I know we can jumpstart your...
I was in at least 3 different hotels.
So when did you ever get on this plane to go meet your friends?
I never got on that plane.
You never got on it?
No.
So wait a second. So you were on the waiting list. They wouldn't let you on the plane.
They would not let me on the plane.
You went back to the hotel.
I got off my suitcase, then asked for a 5-star hotel because I said, I'm not going back to the 2-inch mattress hotel.
Right.
They took me to a 5-star hotel, supposedly, that looked just like the one I had been at before.
And wait a second.
I was so tired, I let them sign me into that place. And then I immediately started making calls to try to get myself out of that country.
All right, now, and then
But I couldn't call anybody in India.
Were you crying?
The phones don't work.
Were you crying?
Almost. I almost cried at the airport.
Right.
But then I said, nope.
Did you go through this? Like, I would have been like this. I get one freaking vacation.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, and that's why I'm getting the hell out of India.
Right.
Because this is my one vacation.
And did you come back to New York?
I didn't even tell you about the lepers.
Oh, God. Let me take a break and then tell me.
Okay.
I know there are people waiting on the phone, too, and I'll get to you in a minute, but I got to hear about the lepers. I need to hear. I just want to find out how long you were in India.
Oh.
I was going to bet money that she never got to that destination anyway. Yeah.
Right.
It was
I tried to tell you before you left. You know I said, what are you going to India for?
Right. But wait a minute. When I finally get on the ground and I do get near a television and I hear about the people who've been held hostage in Peru...
Yeah.
I'm wondering who's having a worse time.
Yeah, I'd rather be held hostage.
Or them. I was sure that they were having a better time.
Of course, weren't they in the Japanese embassy or something?
They were in the embassy. They were having parties.
Yeah.
They could trust the water. You can't even trust the water.
They bathe in the water.
Almost 24 hours without drinking or eating anything.
They put their dead in the water.
I didn't know what to do.
You could have come back with a disease. I'm talking about a fatal disease.
Well, I had gone to get every shot on Earth, and I had malaria pills with me.
Right.
And then I was still... like looking at the bottles of water going, that doesn't have a seal.
Yeah.
You know, and testing everything. And when I was in the airport, I wouldn't touch anything.
Right. Smart.
Howard, didn't you assume that you had a very specific destination? It was all locked in. And
you did, but you couldn't get to it.
My plane broke, and everything broke down after that.
Oh.
That's fantastic. We got to take a break. I knew it was going to be horrible, and that affirms everything. That confirms everything that I thought.
I'm like the scout you send out. Do not go to India.
That confirms everything I think about travel and India.
You know, Mexico. What you think of Mexico?
Yeah, Mexico's a party.
Wonderful, lovely place compared to this. Our homeless people would give these people money.
I told you the last place I'd go is India. I told you that.
It is just incredible. The people are very sweet. While they're ripping you off.
Right.
You never get the impression that they're going to actually take your money if you don't give it to them.
They're little tiny skinny guys.
I know, and I figure I could take them.
You can kick their ass.
But, you know, like they never give you the impression they're going to cut your throat or anything.
Do they wear diapers, the guys?
They wore any number, but it's all rags.
The rags and sandals and stuff?
It's all rags.
Are they like half nude, the guys, and they're really bad physiques?
Lots of them with the towel, you know, as you ride down the street, there's like 50 million people draped in blankets.
Yeah, that's great. That's so great.
Women, children.
That's why Gandhi was a great man. I mean, the fact that he could even get these people mobilized to do anything is a miracle. You know what I mean?
That's what I kept thinking. I was like, oh, my God, Gandhi got this whole group to do one thing.
And the whole country has no work ethic.
And people just scream at each other and argue with each other, you know, because when I got to the hotel, one cab driver was trying to rip me off again.
Right.
And then there's this dude finally I get to the Hilton.
Right.
And there's a dude standing there, and he's got all kinds of traditional Indian garb on with pointy shoes and a thing wrapped around his head, a dress.
Did the pointy shoes twirl around and go up?
Yeah, they had bells on them.
Right.
And then, you know, the handlebar mustache that twirls all over the place and gets wrapped around a roller. And so the cab driver's telling me, no, he needs more rupees from me. And the guy with all the...
They fleeced you. You were in the country for 24 hours and they fleeced you.
Yeah. They got every rupee they could get.
Wow.
The guy with the bells on his shoes starts screaming, no, you don't get any more than 200 rupees. And then the guy and he I thought they were going to get into a fist fight. But I was so tired, I just took my suitcase and walked into the hotel. I said, let them kill each other.
Right.
I don't care.
They're arguing over your rupees.
Oh, my God.
All right, I got to take a break. It's a horrible country. That case closed. We knew that beforehand. You got temporarily insane and planned a vacation there.
I have never seen a place like that in my life.
I would tell people you were going to India, their eyes would go like this. A what?
Howard, it looks like it was bombed.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to tell you. There's nothing luxurious about India.
It looks like it had been bombed.
Any place where you know that their people, anyone who's smart, is coming to this country in droves, you know it's a bad country.
I couldn't believe that everybody had left.
And you were so ripped off, you probably helped build an Indian university.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know.
They could use it. I mean, really, it was like, I didn't even care. Just take the rupees, do something good with them, buy yourself they don't even have, you know how our homeless people sleep in cardboard boxes?
Yeah.
They don't have the cardboard box.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know how they act like they're all close to God and they're spiritual? We're closer to God.
They're close to God because they sleep on the ground.
Right.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, they're out in the open air.
They don't, I mean, they just come out of the woods, you know, because that's where they just flop anywhere.
Yeah, it's like Night of the Living Dead.
They're carrying their bed on their back.
All right, we got to take a break. Well, that's what I tried to tell you. All right, we're going to take a break. You should have ridden a cow.
Oh.
Lady Gaddafi.
Oh, I can't imagine if I'd done something to a cow, what would have happened.
Oh, that would have been great. All right, we're going to take a break, and then I want to find out other stuff about lepers and things. And I know there are people on the phone. If they hold on, I'll get to them as well. Right after these words. All right, this guy's been holding on a while. Oh, hi. This is Peter.
Well, good morning.
Hey, Peter.
Hi. Robin, were you riding on top of the trains when you traveled abroad to India?
I didn't get out of Delhi. I wasn't on any train. They tried to put me on a train.
Yeah, you were smart. You didn't get on.
I wouldn't even leave the hotel. Once I got to the Hilton, I said, I'm not. They said, oh, we could take you, put you in a cab, and show you the sea. I said, I've seen enough.
Why would you let yourself get fleeced like that?
What did you, I don't understand something. Did you call the people that were supposed to meet you?
I didn't want to talk to them. At that point, I couldn't have talked to them.
So they're still wondering what happened to you?
Well, no, I got word back to people in New York that I was leaving, not coming there, and they talked to them.
Clamor and with your baggage on top of a train to travel.
No, I just sat on my bag in the airport for 2 days.
I'd love to drink your bathwater, Robin. I love you.
Thank you very much.
All right, is that it? You done?
No, I mean, it's just like I saw this terrorist bomb blew up in India on a train in Far East India. That's the first thing in my mind, because I'm one of the few listeners that heard when Robin was going to India. I said, oh, my God, is she out of her mind?
You got to be nuts.
I was already out of India by that time.
Really?
Thank you. What the hell that guy's talking about?
I don't know, but I was comparing my predicament to the people in that embassy in Peru, and I knew they were doing better.
It's a Star. Yes, Star, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how are you?
Your parents named you Star?
Yeah.
Oh.
And what have you done?
Well, many things, but most recently, I'm getting ready to go to India for my 3rd time this year, or in the past 12 months.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I have to say, it is the most godforsaken place.
Oh, you have to go there for work?
Yeah, for work.
Oh.
It is horrible. It is a nightmare.
Please.
I don't know
how I knew that, but I knew it.
There's a billion people there. Why do they stay?
Yeah.
And it is disgusting. It makes you so glad that you were born in the United States.
Right.
It's just awful.
Let me say something about the United States. Robin knows this to be true. I have no desire to leave the United States.
Absolutely. People say things to me like, well, is Howard going to India? I said, are you kidding? Howard doesn't leave the country.
India, I don't even want to see Indian people on the street. What do you think of that? I don't want to see anybody who, look.
Hey, wait a minute.
Right. I like the Indian people. Don't get me wrong. I won't even go to Great Neck, okay? That's too far for me.
He doesn't want to go to Chinatown.
Right, yeah, because it just seems like another country. I am not into, God bless America, I am the biggest proponent of America and American economics.
I go so I can appreciate.
Well, there you go. If whatever gets you through the night, honey. I got to tell you something. I sat home on my vacation. I went to California for a week. That was as far as I wanted to get.
You know what? I take out my American passport proudly.
Really?
I love this country.
Right. There you go. It's the greatest country in the world.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, we have our problems. All right. Our black people are angry.
And I have, news for those people who look at you like you're trying to sneak into their country and do something.
Right.
We live in America.
Right.
We don't want to leave.
Right.
Exactly. When we do, we don't know why we did.
My condolences that you have to go to India. Thank you.
Yes, really.
Well, I was going to tell you a story. When I went there the last time, I was in Madras, which is in the south of India.
That's where I was supposed to go.
Oh, were you? Oh,
yeah.
That is so much worse than Delhi.
Oh, thank God I didn't get there.
Yeah.
I can see the phones haven't been fixed since we got back. If they're going to unlock my door, I wish they'd get a phone guy in here.
These phones are better than the phones in India.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know what? I'm trying to get out of India. I have to call an operator. She goes, we have to wait for a trunk line to get you to America.
Yeah. You don't hear that in the United States.
No.
Trunk line.
We do not have direct dialing.
Yeah. Anything with a trunk is usually an elephant in this country. Everything trunk line.
For the trunk line.
Yeah, like you know what that is.
I was in Madras. We were driving down the street, and the car I was in hit this dog, and I looked out the back window to see what happened to it. And you wouldn't believe the people that converged on this dog and started fighting over it for, to take home to eat.
Really?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, man.
I saw them cooking in little pots on the street.
And it was probably dogs.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, and these dogs don't look like dogs. Any dogs you've ever seen.
Really?
Like,
what do you mean?
They're just weird looking.
Like jackals?
Yeah. They're wild dogs.
They look real.
Disgusting.
It wasn't a poodle I saw.
You mean the car hit a dog and then they fought over it?
Yeah, because I asked the driver, I was like, my God, what happened? Are they mad at you? Because, the cows are not allowed to hit. You have to swerve around. I thought maybe the dogs were like that. And he's like, oh, no.
Dogs are fair game.
Why is the dog not sacred? Why is it the cow?
I don't know how the cow got this prized position, but like I said.
And then you think they're highly evolved people because, hey, look how they treat their animals. But meanwhile, they're eating roadkill.
Yeah, they eat. You know what? You have this idea that everybody there is a vegetarian. That's not true.
Right.
They eat everything but cow.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And then the vegetables they eat are so soaked with grease and fat, you don't even want to eat that.
You would think the driver would get a hunk of the dog for hitting it, though. That's not fair.
They weren't sharing with them.
They should just eat each other. Yeah, I mean, it's a godforsaken country. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Love you.
Love you.
It's like going back in time. It really is.
Oh. Well, anyway, look. So you were saying when you were in India, I just want to get this, I want to finish the rest of the story.
Right.
You were saying when you were in India, there were lepers?
Oh, yes. As you're driving down the road.
Hasn't it been cured for millions of years?
And you know what? It boggles my mind how I can hear things and not hear them all at the same time. You have to go see a bunch of doctors to go to India.
Yeah.
And I happened to be at another doctor's office, and I said, yes, I'm going to India. This woman loaded me up with antifungals, anti-everything. She gave me so many samples of medication because there's so many things you can get.
Then why would you go?
I'm like, it just doesn't occur to me. It's like, that's not going to happen. Then I get there, and she said to me, leprosy is not so difficult because you have to hang around that a long time before you can get it. And I'm like, that's not going to happen.
All right, I'm not hanging around with lepers. I'm going to a 5-star hotel. Meanwhile, the 5-star hotel is run by lepers.
Right, the lepers find me in.
Right.
But anyway, you're driving through the streets of Delhi, and if you stop at a stoplight, the lepers converge on the car.
Oh, my God, that is Night of the Living Dead.
And there they are. I mean, and they're showing you the body parts where there are body parts missing.
Yeah.
So, and you're supposed to now put something in the middle of the palm that has no fingers.
Oh, yeah, right. So I can get it.
I mean, and I'm telling you, these cab drivers that were tearing me around were poorer than dirt.
Wow.
They feel sorry. They're digging in their pockets for coins for the lepers.
Wow.
Because they, ears missing, fingers gone.
Oh, what a godforsaken country.
How does this happen?
Please. How does it happen that you ended up there? That's what I don't understand. That's the only thing I can't figure out.
And they've got rags tied around holding things onto them.
John, you're on the air.
Hey, Robin.
Yeah. Yes.
What's the matter with you? You've got money. You can go anywhere in the world you want.
That gets me
You got a lot of
problem.
nerve to get on the air and complain about being able to take a vacation.
That's
funny.
She's beating herself.
That's causing me
and all you do is bitch and moan. How dare you? Send me to India.
Well, we will, sir.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? As a matter of fact, we're going to send you over there to bring fingers back as souvenirs. We want to give them away on the air. Thank you. All right. That's it. Well, anyway, so much for India, and now you got that out of your system.
Yes.
What a mistake. I tried to warn her, but, there was no listening.
I'll never go. I won't go anywhere for a long while.
Good. And check in with me before you pick a place to go.
That somebody said to me, well, I said, this is it for me in India. I will never come here again.
Yeah. And don't go to Israel either.
Well, I had no plans.
Yeah.
But then I had no plans for India either. I got talked into that one.
I have no desire to go to India or Israel.
Well,
or Mexico.
Well, I told you, all of South America they could bomb.
Yeah, right. Who cares?
I certainly don't need to go to India.
Yeah, I mean, it's a horrible place. Jim, you're on the air real quick.
Yeah, Howard, real quick. This neighbor of ours in Massachusetts, the Shays, their son John Shay, he's an actor. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
No.
Yes.
Well, okay, but
Robin knows actors. I don't.
All right. His brother went to India on business, and they call up 5 days later. They said, your brother's dead.
Wow.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, he died of some disease, so the wife goes over, and the actor brother goes over to claim his brother's body. And they said, where's the body? And they said, oh, we burnt it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no autopsy. You can't even find out what happened.
Right, yeah.
No, it's just some caught a disease, 5 days dead.
That's what OJ should have done. He should have burned the bodies.
Oh, you can die real easily over there. That's why I was afraid of everything.
Yeah, please. I was sick when you talked. Remember I said to you, you're going to get sick.
You're a virgin host when you go to that country.
Yeah, right.
That's what you are.
Yeah,
they
fresh
got
meat.
Bugs there that you've never even heard of.
You get hit by a car, people are going to eat you.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
thanks.
listen, thanks.
All right, bye.
You do not want to get sick there. You do not want to have anything.
Remember when you said, I didn't even tell you this, remember when you announced on the air you were going to India?
Yeah.
I got 400 applications for your job. People thought you were a goner.
I came back.
Yeah, screw you all.
I'm tough. I survived.
So, let me tell you about my trip to California.
All right.
Let me tell you when I get back.
You got to take a break?
Yeah, let me take a break. I'll tell you everything that happened.
Okay.
At least what I can remember of it.
Should be good.
Yeah. It's better than your India stuff. India sounded like a nightmare.
Yeah, but boy.
Well, you had a happy ending.
It was a great story.
What did you do? Did you fly right home?
I finally got through the trunk line to British Air, booked myself on a plane back to London, and that's where I stayed.
For how long?
I stayed in London until the 31st.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
Sitting in the lap of luxury at the Dorchester.
Did you have a great time? You had a Great time, right? Oh, no wonder you're kissing British Air's ass.
No.
They got you out of
pay for it.
Yeah, but you're just so grateful they got you out.
Thank God there's a British Airways, and that beautiful plane does fly to India. They shouldn't even take that plane to India.
Yeah.
They should be afraid to take that plane to India. Too nice a plane to go to India.
You should read my book, Private Parts. I talk about places like India and how you shouldn't go to...
Yes, but you haven't seen, so I can't trust you.
Right.
Now you're hearing really what... Oh,
I can't trust me. You know I'm right.
It is so...
Right.
It's just squalor.
Wow.
You can't even imagine what that word means until you
Just like kind of at the Jackie's house. All right, we're going to take a break.
No. Jackie lives in a palatial estate.
Well, then that's pretty scary. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back, and I'll tell you everything about California right after these words.
I don't know where he's going to wind up either. So that's what's happening.
All I can tell you is if your problems ever become overwhelming, put on your headphones, put on the radio, and take a good bowel movement.
Aluminum toilet.
Just sit on an aluminum toilet and end it all. It's the quickest way out. All right. Robin, good to see you. Welcome back.
To see you.
Yes. I tell you, Robin, this India was the best thing for you. I never saw anybody so happy to be back. And if I look especially ugly, it's okay. The lighting will be fixed. All right.
This is before the lighting was...
Yeah, before lighting and before I had the cameras pulled back into Guam. Jackie the Penthouse Marlin, your Sergeant Pecker and Joke Man are taking the internet by storm. Everyone is excited. Each are 78 wild minutes, only $12 plus $4 shipping and handling. CD or cassette buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. I predict that you will be a millionaire from the internet. Jackie Joke CDs are now available in major record stores coast to coast on Oleo Records. For information, visit Jokeland on the web at JackieJokeland.com. Fred, we'll hear about your vacation tomorrow. I didn't realize we ran out of time. Well, you've been sitting here.
Quick show today.
Sitting here for 19 hours. All right, and blah, blah, blah. I received fax yesterday, angry with Robin and her vacation. I will read it to you.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to tell you, I left here, got into a cab to go home, and some guy, the guy driving the cab says to me, I don't get in and announce who I am. I get in the back of the cab and tell him where I want to go.
Right.
And this guy says to me, I didn't like what you said about India today.
Hey, now.
I'm like, no.
You say to him, then why are you here?
I'm stuck in this cab.
Right.
You're going to argue with him. No, I'm thinking, I'm stuck in this cab. This man is responsible for driving me.
Right. And did you say anything?
I said something about India.
Oh, you pretended it wasn't you. I didn't say it.
What are you talking about?
And then did he start in?
And then he says, he's tried to get into it with me, but I'm like, look.
Dude.
He says, I didn't like what you said about India, and I finally said, I didn't like what happened to me there.
All right. There you go. Dear Miss Quivers, I was listening to the description of your visit to my country. India. In a word, I was extremely angry with your commentary. In a word, I was extremely angry with it.
In 10 million words.
10 million words. If you are visiting a new country, be it a third world nation, it behooves you to do some research and preparation. Had you done so...
I didn't plan to take a course.
Had you done so, you would have found... Yeah, you have to prepare.
I got to go to school now.
Had you done so, you would have found that India is a populous and poor country. In other words, it's overcrowded and smelly. But rich in tradition. We had a civilization 5,000 years ago when most of the rest of the world was running around in skins. I love that.
You know what?
If you
I
did,
went there to try to find that civilization.
Yeah.
It shouldn't make it so difficult to find.
And why, if you're so advanced and had a civilization 5,000 years ago, why haven't you...
keep it up.
Yeah, why haven't you progressed? All that history, try and get a meal over there. You don't have to berate us the way you did.
I didn't berate him. I said the Indian people were lovely.
And I think you should reconsider your comments. I am a diehard Stern fan. I stand in line for 15 hours to get Howard's autograph of Miss America. I was fortunate to be the first 500 in line.
One of the first 500?
That's right. So please, enough is enough. India is a major tourist attraction as well as an industry. Who knows? Maybe one day you might come under the scalpel of an Indian doctor. I doubt it. Who might have taken offense to your comments. It's a threat. Or a cab driver.
Well, I already got that.
The world is a strange place, Robin. And as we Indians believe in karma, it may come back to haunt you. Yours very sincerely, Dr. Afafwacha Bafwahami. So there you go. There you go. Robin went on a vacation to India. It lasted all of 24 hours. It lasted longer than I thought it would.
Well,
I was betting you wouldn't make it.
It was a record.
Yeah.
I'm the only person who's flown 9 hours to spend a day.
A day, yeah. You spent more time on a plane.
Yes, absolutely. Most of my time in India was on the plane.
Right, or in the airport.
Yeah.
Robin loved the airport.
And I wouldn't go. I love the airport and the hotel.
Right.
That's the only two places I would go.
You're so smart to have gotten out of there. You really would have gotten ill. You're on the air.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Tammy.
Yes, Tammy.
Hi, Howard. Robin, I just wanted to let you know, I went to India. I used to go there often on business. I'm a fashion designer and a model. And I traveled around with very wealthy Indian manufacturers. So I got to know, like, the real scoop on what's going on there. The beggars that are deformed, they do that to them as infants. They cut off limbs so that they can be better beggars when they're older.
Wow, so you're saying that, like Robin said she ran into a lot of lepers.
Yeah, but a lot of them are not really lepers.
Not really lepers.
Nope.
So they take the Indian babies and mutilate them?
Yep, because there's no, their destiny is just to become beggars anyway.
Yeah,
so
there's no going up the ladder.
Exactly.
There's no ladder.
And they know they'll make more money. And, you know, that's what they do. Did you see the hermaphrodites when you were there?
No, I didn't. Believe me, I stayed away.
She saw the airport. That's what she saw.
I knew there was nothing for me to look for there.
She knew she was in trouble when she went to get a cab.
Oh, it's the most horrible thing in the world. But you want to know what's worse than that? Pakistan. Karachi is even worse, believe me.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't be going to any of those places.
I won't be going there either.
No, don't. But,
Karachi.
Yeah, Karachi.
Named after your Karachi.
There's a good reason
Karachi.
Karachi.
Yeah, Karachi rot.
Meanwhile, though, the people are really disgusting. I would go back there to help some of the animals, to tell you the truth. They were the cutest little dogs and goats, and, you know, you'd sit there and you'd do business.
Robin said, we were on the air yesterday, somebody called in and said they saw a dog get hit by a car.
Yeah, I heard that.
And everyone just wrestled for the dog to eat it.
I know, I believe that, definitely. They have a holiday, I think it's a Hindu holiday, where they just slaughter everything on the streets. Everything.
Wow.
That must be a fun time to be.
Oh, yeah,
too bad you didn't go then.
You know, and somebody said, did you notice a strange smell?
Oh, my God, it never leaves.
Yes, and they said, well, that's because they burned the bodies right out in the open.
Wow.
Well, there's no sewer system. It's just, like, unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Incredible place. I mean, I think it was good for experience to go there.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw it, and then I left.
Because now she knows not to go there again.
I didn't have to stay there very long to get a sense of what was going on.
Let me tell you, honey, it's very rare you'll see Howard Stern even leave this country. Very rare. And if I do, it's a moment of insanity.
Well, this way, you're going to have your Indian premiere of your movie.
Well, yes. I will go. When the movie premieres, I actually have to do a foreign junket, so I will have to leave the country, but believe me, I'm not looking forward to it.
Can I tell you something? There are some beautiful places around there. They're not India or Pakistan, but Bangkok, Thailand is fabulous.
Oh, yes, I'm sure there's some beautiful places in Asia. India's not one of them.
I guarantee you there's no interesting places in Asia.
Come on, Tokyo.
You know what, Howard?
Oh, please.
Howard, do you know they have one of the biggest film businesses in
I would never go to Japan. I would not go to Japan under any circumstance unless it was like promoting a movie where I really had to go.
Well, that's why you go anywhere.
Yeah, no, people go on vacation. I'm telling you, vacation for me is to relax, not to sit there. And, you know, you go to these countries, like Robin went to India, and I begged her not to go for a bunch of reasons.
Well,
first of all, I work with a woman.
First of all, let me take issue with you. You did not beg me to do anything.
Okay, right.
You hardly said a word. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
See you later, have a good time.
Right. What did I say? I said, why would you even go there? Why would you even go there?
Unless you have to.
Let me say something. First of all, the disease is incredible.
Yep.
It is a depressing country.
They make disease.
There is a reason that anybody with half a brain over there studies to be a doctor, and they go, I'm coming back to my country. First I want to go to America to learn, and then they never go back.
They probably have a whole village.
Can I tell you?
Right, and they never come back.
Can I tell you how corrupt that country is, though? Do you know that it doesn't have to be as poor as it is? The very, very wealthy people make sure it stays that way.
Of course.
You know how much apartments cost there? Did you check the real estate when you were there, Robin?
She was there for 9 hours.
Do you know how much the hotels are? And to stay in a decent hotel, you almost have to get a mortgage.
Really?
Oh, it's incredible.
How many rupees?
I was in an apartment in Bombay, and it was like a straight 2-bedroom, like on the Upper East Side. And the owner said, how much do you think this cost? So I was being nice. I said about $300,000. He said he was offered $500,000 in cash that week, and he refused it.
Well, you know what it's like, that Star Trek episode. I swear to God, that's the best episode where outside the spaceship are just thousands of people, millions of people, just because it's a planet where people have to stand up all the time.
Yeah.
You ever see that one? That's what India's like. Thank you. I got to go.
Okay.
Enough about India. I'm not sitting here and talking about India all day. I don't even think
because I got to
it.
go out and get the cab now.
Right. So I just want to...
I don't want to talk about India.
Right.
It only gets me into trouble.
F India. Really. But I begged you not to go because, first of all, the disease is incredible. You know, you talk about...
When did you have this conversation with me?
Oh, please. I said to you, what are you doing going to India?
When did you have this conversation?
3 days. For the 3 days after you told me that you were going, and I said, you're nuts. I said, I would never go there.
You never talked to me about it. You must have had this conversation about me.
Probably.
You never said this to me.
Oh.
I was like, oh, Howard doesn't even... I even said to you, I just have to get every shot in on Earth because I'm going to India. You never said a word.
I don't recall that. I recall lecturing, but you don't listen. That's your problem.
You're talking and I'm walking.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're just afraid. You're afraid of everything.
I don't recall having this conversation with you.
You hightailed it right out of there. Vacation to me is luxurious pampering.
Well, that's exactly why I said, you know what? I'm going to London.
Right.
I'm getting on that plane and going back to
me,
where I understand things.
To me, London is a third world country.
No, you don't know where I stay.
I don't care where you stayed. I'm telling you, I went over there. They serve a chicken over there that tastes like dog. I don't know. They don't get meat.
You know, the food has gotten better.
Did it?
The food used to be horrible.
Really?
Now the food is good.
Well, I doubt you'd see me back there. They had their chance with me. I went there twice.
I stayed at the Dorchester. It's one of the greatest hotels in the world. It was wonderful.
Well, whatever. I don't go there. I love America. God bless America. My last vacation, you know where I went? I went to a country called Arizona. All right, I went to a beautiful Boulders Hotel. Man, was that nice. Beautiful golf courses. I don't even play golf.
You don't play golf. Check all day.
I check all day. wild. What can I do for you?
Hi, how you doing, Howard? This is Robbie.
Robbie, yes, Robbie.
Well, I'm calling with regard to what you spoke about, the conversation you were having with some of the people with India earlier. I don't know what that woman was saying. I don't know what that guy was saying. None of that makes any sense. I'm Indian. I've been here since the age of 4 1/2. I've gone back there numerous times. And, Robin, how can you make a determination on a country after being there for 1 day?
I'll tell you how. you get off the plane. You're in an airport where people are practically picking your pocket for your rupees.
Oh.
You cannot literally walk out on the street without taking... One deep breath tells you everything. And let me tell you something, genius. Let me see you move back there. Then I'll know you really believe what you say.
Well, listen, I'll be frank with you. I could never move back there because of the poverty. But it's poverty like any other country. It's no different.
Who wants to go on vacation where there's so much poverty? That's what you say.
And that guy's called telling all your millions of fans that everybody in India stinks. Give me a break.
No. She said the country has a weird odor.
The country does not have a weird odor. If you go to the New York City subway system...
Yeah, that's right. So do you get offended? Do you get offended by that?
Huh?
Do you get offended by that?
I don't get offended by it because there's nothing that people can do.
No, of course not. If the New York City subway system smells, why is that offensive? Does that offend you, I said? So why would it offend you to say that you got off the plane and the place stunk?
The place did not stink. Rob, what are you
I didn't say it stunk. I said it had a different smell.
What do you say? If she got off the train and said the subway station stunk, would that offend you?
No.
In New York. You just said it yourself.
Because I'm accustomed to it.
I see. So she said she got off the plane in India and the country had a weird smell.
All right, and
I can smell you over the phone. You have a weird smell. Do I say anything? No.
Well, listen.
And I don't go on the subway for vacation. I'm not going to a place in the country that smells like a subway.
Well,
I want fresh air. That's me.
No, it really doesn't. And secondly, the hotels that you're talking about, you'd rather stay in a best hotel. You should find out about it. India has the best hotels.
Well, she asked for a 5-star hotel and was sleeping on a cement block on a bed of nails. Look, listen, Robbie.
Yes.
Get a grip on yourself. Press the dot in your head and calm down.
It's not a resort area. Okay?
It's not a resort area.
It's not the Caribbean.
Perhaps she was naive, expecting something better. But for whatever reason, she's giving you an accurate, honest report.
I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't supposed to stay in Delhi. My trip got screwed up. I was supposed to meet people, and that's what happened to me. So I got the hell out of Delhi.
That's one of the big problems, that you went to Delhi.
Where do you drive your cab?
I don't drive a cab.
Right.
I run a business, and I've been raised here, and I'm a CPA, so I don't do anything.
I see, Robbie. All right, Robbie Shankar, everybody. Is your last name Shankar?
Yes, I do know that name.
Yeah, is that your last name?
That is not my
Robbie
name.
Shankar? I enjoy your music. Thank you, Robert.
Hey, Howard, I'm looking forward to your movie. Can't wait to see it.
You will love it.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Bye.
I predict. Robbie Shankar checking in. Robbie. You think that's R-O-B-B-I-E or R-O-V-V-I? Robbie. Would you do me a favor? Don't go on any more vacations. Look what you've stirred up.
Well, the point is that if you got to New York and you were supposed to go to California, but your plane was delayed,
you would have a different impression.
You still could manage to get into Manhattan, go to a decent hotel, and you wouldn't have lepers begging on the streets, showing you their missing limbs. That's the difference.
Any country with lepers, I'll stay away from. Leprosy was cured. Enough said is right. Wasn't leprosy cured like a while ago?
I don't know why people are fighting this whole situation. It's a bad deal over there. You want to go, go. If you like it, fine.
That's right. You're on the air, quickly.
Certainly didn't want to have a longer penis and tried it.
Right. I want mine at work. Yeah, you're on the air.
Hello, Robin.
Yes.
I am not very happy what you are doing with India. You guys are killing me.
You say
sleeping. I was watching the cows jumping the fence. And you guys have
this guy ain't fooling me.
You guys have killed me.
Hello, you're on the air. This is Akbar. Akbar, you're on the air.
I'm very, very upset with you, Howard.
All right. Finally, a worse impressionist than Jackie.
I cannot believe you would do that.
All right. Jesus. It was an embarrassingly bad fake Indian accent. Rob, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard.
Quickly, please, because I have to read an article.
You're the king of all media, first of all.
I know that. To God, I don't get cut off when I... Hello?
Yes.
Oh,
What?
Yes, this is Tony. You're on the air, Tony.
Who's this? This is Howard.
Howard Stern.
Hey, listen, you may not care for this comment, but I just called up because, I hear you talking about the Indians and this and that. I listen to this show, right?
Thank you.
How filthy they are.
Oh, here we go. We didn't say anything about the Indians.
She was talking about the country. She went to the,
for 2 days now.
She went to the country India, and it is a horrible country. I said the only place worse in the world to go than India was probably Israel.
Listen, I don't know. Well, now you're going to say Israel. But here's the thing.
Now I'm going to say I've been saying it for 2 days, you jerk off.
Don't call me a jerk off.
Don't tell me what I say then.
Now you're going to tell us we said something bad about
Here's
Indians.
what I'm saying. I got a business in Brooklyn. You don't want to listen at all or what?
I'm listening, but I'm hearing false accusations.
I deal with Jews in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Here we
These
go.
are the filthiest people that ever existed.
Nobody. Well, you had some filthy
the sides
people.
of their heads is filthy. Everything about them is filthy.
All right, go ahead.
So, I figured...
What's your point?
Ironic, if you should pardon the expression, for you
Yeah.
talking about the filthy Indians, when your people are just as filthy, probably worse.
Well, let me tell you something, you swine. Number one, I never said the Indians were... Number one, I never said the Indians were filthy people. I said the country of India is filthy. It's a big difference. Number two, you could say whatever you want about the Jews. I could give a rat's ass what you have to say about Jews.
Well, why is that? Because you're a full baloney half Jew?
Hey, let me tell you something, you stinky rat bastard F-face. If I had you in my hands now, I'd choke your goddamn neck off like a goddamn chicken. I'd see you scrolling around. I'd like you to come down here, you bastard. That's right. I'm proud.
So you're only half proud, huh?
That's right. I bet your big fat wife has a thicker mustache than Gene Shalit, you rat bastard. You dumb bastard.
Your whole head's a mustache.
Oh, yeah? Okay, I gotta go.
Your whole head's a mustache.
Yeah. I give him some wit and say his wife's mustache is bigger than Gene Shalit. And he goes, your whole head's a mustache. What a bastard. I wish I could kick his ass. This son of a bitch doesn't know I'm a brown belt in karate. That would be my secret weapon. That's all. That fink. Go pound garlic in his a-hole for my night's pleasure. Where is that guy? I should get back on. I have to take a break. I'll be back right after these words.